Women don't always come right out and say it when they're into someone, but here's the thing. Actions speak louder than words, and their body language often does all the talking. It's not about big dramatic gestures or obvious flirting. Nope. It's the small, natural, and often unintentional things they do that reveal how they really feel. The best part, most of the time, they don't even realize they're doing it. These subtle signs can be easy to miss if you're not paying attention. But once you know what to look for, it's like unlocking a whole new level of understanding. In this video, we're breaking down 10 subtle things women do when they're truly into you. These aren't just random behaviors. They're little moments that speak volumes. So, if you've ever wondered whether she's feeling the same way you are, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to pick up on these signs and see things in a whole new light. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. 1. Subtle flirting touches. When it comes to attraction, words often take a back seat to actions, and one of the most telling actions is touch. But here's the thing. It's not about grand, obvious gestures like grabbing your hand or pulling you in for a hug. No, the magic lies in the small, almost imperceptible touches that feel natural and unforced. These are the moments when her body language does all the talking. Think about it. A light brush of her hand against yours as you're walking side by side. A playful tap on your shoulder when she's laughing at your joke, or even a gentle touch on your arm during a conversation. These aren't random. They're her way of creating a physical connection without making it too obvious. It's like her subconscious is saying, I like being close to you, even if she's not ready to say it out loud. For example, imagine you're both sharing a laugh over something funny. As she leans back, catching her breath, her hand lightly rests on your arm for just a second. It's casual, fleeting, and might even seem accidental, but it's not. That small moment is her way of testing the waters, seeing how you respond, and building a sense of closeness. These touches are often playful, soft, and tender. They're not about making a big statement, they're about creating a spark. And here's the kicker. Most of the time, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. It's her body's natural way of expressing interest and attraction. So if you notice these little tactile moments, don't brush them off as nothing. They're her way of saying, I feel something for you without needing to say a single word. 2. Leaning in or bending slightly. Some gestures are so subtle and natural that they can fly completely under the radar if you're not paying attention. One of the most telling signs of interest is when a woman leans in or bends slightly towards you. It's not always about what she says, it's about how she positions herself around you. When a woman is into you, she'll often find ways to close the physical space between you, even if it's just a little. It's her way of signaling that she's comfortable, engaged, and maybe even testing the chemistry between you. For instance, if you're sitting across from each other at a table, she might lean forward during the conversation, resting her elbows on the table as she listens intently. Or, if you're standing side by side, she might bend slightly toward you while showing you something on her phone, letting her shoulder almost brush against yours. These movements might seem casual, but they're often intentional on a subconscious level. She's not just leaning in because she can't hear you. She's leaning in because she wants to feel closer to you. It's her way of saying, I'm here and I want to connect with you. Pay attention to these moments. Does she lean in when you're talking? Does she position herself so that she's closer to you than she needs to be? These small gestures are her way of creating intimacy and showing that she's interested. It's low key, but it's full of meaning, if you know what to look for. 3. Crossing and uncrossing her legs. Body language is a fascinating thing, and when it comes to attraction, even the smallest movements can speak volumes. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs a woman is into you is how she moves her legs, specifically crossing and uncrossing them. Now, this isn't about fidgeting or being uncomfortable. When a woman is attracted to someone, her body language often becomes more expressive, even if she doesn't realize it. Crossing and uncrossing her legs can be a way of drawing attention to herself, showing a bit of nervous energy, or simply reflecting how aware she is of her body in your presence. Picture this. You're sitting across from her during a conversation. As you're talking, she slowly shifts positions, uncrossing her legs and then recrossing them the other way. Or maybe she angles her body slightly toward you as she adjusts her posture. These movements might seem small, but they're often a natural reaction to feeling something for you. It's not about being overly deliberate or trying to put on a show. It's about her body responding to the energy between you. And she might not even realize she's doing it, but these little shifts in posture can be a clear sign that she's comfortable, engaged, maybe even a little nervous in a good way. So the next time you're sitting across from someone you think might be into you, pay attention to these subtle movements. They're not just random, they're her body's way of expressing interest and attraction. 4. Pointing feet or knees toward you. Here's a fun fact. Body language often reveals what words don't. One of the most low-key but telling signs a woman is into you is where her feet and knees are pointed. It might sound strange, but trust me, this one's a game changer. People naturally orient their bodies toward what they're most interested in, and this happens without them even realizing it. So if you're in a group setting and her knees or feet are angled toward you, that's a powerful, unspoken clue that you've got her attention. Even if she's smiling and chatting with others, her body might be giving away her true focus. For example, imagine you're sitting in a group and she's across from you. While everyone else is talking, you notice that her legs are angled in your direction, even though she's not directly speaking to you. Or maybe you're standing in a casual setting and her feet are pointed toward you instead of away. These small details might seem insignificant, but are often a subconscious way of showing interest. It's like her body is saying, I'm focused on you, even if her words haven't caught up yet. These little cues often slip under the radar, but they're incredibly telling if you know what to look for. So the next time you're wondering if she's into you, take a quick glance at her feet or knees. They might just be pointing you in the right direction. 5. Playing with her hair. One of the most classic and universally recognized signs of attraction is when a woman plays with her hair. But here's the thing, it's not always as obvious as twirling a strand around her finger or flipping her hair dramatically. Sometimes it's the smaller, more subtle gestures that reveal how she's feeling. When a woman is into you, she might start to fidget with her hair without even realizing it. Maybe she tucks a strand behind her ear while you're talking, or she runs her fingers through her hair as she listens to you. These little movements are often a way of drawing attention to herself and signaling that she's feeling a spark. For instance, imagine you're in the middle of a conversation and she casually brushes her hair off her shoulder or adjusts it in some way. It might seem like a simple, everyday action, but in the context of attraction, it's often a subconscious way of saying, I want to look my best for you. Hair touching can also be a sign of nervous energy. When someone is attracted to you, they might feel a mix of excitement and jitters, and playing with their hair can be a way of channeling that energy. So if you notice her fidgeting with her hair more than usual when she's around you, take it as a good sign. It's her body's way of expressing interest and attraction, even if she's not saying it out loud. 6. Dangling her shoe. Picture this. You're sitting across from her, maybe at a cafe or on a park bench. The conversation is flowing, she's laughing, and then you notice something. Her shoe is dangling from the tip of her toes. At first glance, it might seem like nothing, just a casual movement. But here's the thing, this seemingly small gesture can actually be a subtle and playful sign of attraction. When a woman feels comfortable and relaxed in your presence, her body language reflects it. Dangling her shoe is one of those unconscious actions that shows she's letting her guard down. It's a soft, feminine gesture that exudes confidence and ease. She's not stiff or overly formal. Instead, she's settled into the moment, enjoying your company. This movement can also have a flirty undertone. It's almost as if her body is saying, I'm comfortable being myself around you, and I want you to notice me. It's not something she's doing intentionally, it's more of a subconscious reaction to feeling at ease and maybe even a little intrigued by you. For example, imagine you're sharing a funny story, and as she laughs, her shoe starts to dangle a little more. It's playful, it's natural, and it's a sign that she's enjoying the moment with you. These small, seemingly insignificant actions can speak volumes about how she feels. So the next time you notice her shoe dangling, don't dismiss it as random. It's one of those subtle clues that she's comfortable, open, and maybe even hoping you'll pick up on her vibe. 7. Accentuating her walk. Sometimes the way a woman walks can say more than words ever could. When she's into you, her walk might take on a whole new energy, more confident, more graceful, and with just a hint of extra sway in her hips. It's not about being overly dramatic or trying too hard. Instead, it's a natural shift that happens when she's aware of your presence and wants you to notice her. Think about it. When someone feels good around you, they naturally carry themselves differently. For a woman, this might mean standing a little taller, straightening her posture, or taking smoother, more deliberate steps. It's her body's way of saying, I feel good and I want you to see me in my best light. For instance, imagine you're walking side by side after hanging out. She might slow her pace just a bit, giving you a chance to walk closer, or maybe she straightens her back and takes more stylish, confident steps. It's not something she's consciously planning, it's more of an instinctive reaction to being around someone she's attracted to. This shift in her walk isn't just about looking good, it's about expressing how she feels. It's her way of saying, I like you and I want you to see me as someone worth noticing. It's subtle, but if you're paying attention, you'll catch it. So the next time you're walking together, take a moment to observe her body language. That little extra sway or confident stride might just be her way of showing she's into you. 8. Playing with her hair or jewelry. Some gestures are so subtle that they're easy to overlook, but they can reveal a lot about how someone feels. One of the most classic signs of attraction is when a woman starts playing with her hair or jewelry. It's not always intentional. In fact, most of the time, she probably doesn't even realize she's doing it. But these small, fidgety movements can be a clear sign that she's feeling something for you. When a woman is into someone, she might start to fidget as a way of channeling her excitement or nervous energy. This could mean twirling a strand of hair around her finger, brushing her hair behind her ear repeatedly, or softly tugging at a necklace or bracelet. These actions might seem innocent, but they're often a subconscious way of drawing attention to herself and signaling that she's engaged in the moment. For example, imagine you're deep in conversation and she starts absent-mindedly twisting her ring or adjusting her earrings. It's not just a random habit, it's her way of staying calm while feeling a mix of excitement and curiosity about you. These small gestures can also be a way of making sure she looks her best, even if she's not fully aware of it. Hair and jewelry play are often signs that her focus is on you. She's not just fidgeting for the sake of it, she's expressing her interest in a quiet, understated way. So if you notice her playing with her hair or jewelry more than usual when she's around you, take it as a good sign. It's her body's way of saying, I'm interested and I want to keep your attention. 9. Adjusting her appearance. Attraction doesn't always come with grand gestures or obvious signs. Sometimes it's the smallest, most subtle actions that reveal how someone feels. One of the clearest signs a woman is into you is when she starts adjusting her appearance whenever you're around. It's not about being vain or overly concerned with how she looks. It's about wanting to present her best self to someone she's interested in. When a woman likes you, she becomes more aware of how she looks in your presence. This might mean fixing her hair, smoothing out her outfit, touching up her lip gloss, or even quickly checking her reflection in a nearby mirror or phone screen. These little moves aren't always planned. Most of the time, she's doing them without even thinking. But deep down, it's her way of saying, I want to look good for you. For instance, imagine you're sitting together and she suddenly tucks her hair behind her ear, or adjusts her sleeves, or maybe she subtly checks her lipstick in her phone's camera when she thinks you're not looking. These small actions might seem insignificant, but they're often a sign that she's hoping you'll notice her. It's not about being perfect. It's about making sure you see her at her best. These little adjustments are her way of showing that she cares about how she presents herself to you. So the next time you catch her fixing her hair or straightening her outfit, don't brush it off as nothing. It's her way of saying, I like you, and I want you to see me in the best light possible. 10. Mirroring your movements. One of the most fascinating and subtle signs of attraction is something called mirroring. This is when a woman unconsciously mimics your movements, gestures, or even your tone of voice. It's not something she's doing on purpose. It's a natural way of building rapport and connection with someone she's interested in. When a woman is into you, she might start to mirror your body language without even realizing it. For example, if you lean forward during a conversation, she might do the same. If you take a sip of your drink, she might pick up her glass shortly after. These small, synchronized actions are her way of creating a sense of harmony and closeness. Mirroring is a powerful sign because it shows that she's tuned into you and wants to connect on a deeper level. It's her body's way of saying, I'm on the same wavelength as you. This kind of subtle mimicry often happens when someone feels comfortable and attracted to the person they're with. For instance, imagine you're sitting across from her at dinner, you cross your arms on the table, and a few moments later she does the same. Or maybe you tilt your head while listening to her, and she mirrors that movement without even thinking. These small actions might seem coincidental, but they're often a subconscious way of building a connection. So if you notice her mirroring your movements, take it as a good sign. It's her way of showing that she's engaged, interested, and maybe even feeling a little spark